What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another Disneyland Parks update, construction update. Even though there's not a lot of construction, there is, though, an ambulance driving by, making lots of noise. But that's okay, because they're going to an emergency. First, I want to show you part of this is open now. We're going to head down there and look at all these beautiful trees and the tile work down here. It is beautiful down here. I really like how they did this. They really have made it look very nice. I believe both tram unloading stations are open now. You see there's a tram just sitting there parked. But this will make it a lot easier at night because they'll be able to unload 2 trams over here, and then underneath they'll be able to unload another 2 to 3. So they'll be able to get those trams unloaded and back, and hopefully your wait won't be as long as it has been to get on a tram at closing time. And right across over there, you guys see the elevator they're building. It is still in the works. I mean, I figure they got another month or so to go before they get that thing finished because, you know, they got to go through testing and safety regulation stuff. But it is really looking good. Coming down the escalator, I've noticed that they have some work going on over here. Looks like the tile's already down, so I'm not sure what they're doing. But this is really nice. I really like this. There are no walls here. It is just open space. They got, you know, these planters which you can basically sit on and relax while you're waiting for your party to come. It's right over here in front of security, so if the lines do get long, they have all this space where they can filter people into. But I do like that they have the second tram loading station open already right here. And this is the one that, you know, it has the ramp for if you have a wheelchair or stroller. A handicap accessible tram stops right there. Another thing that I do love is that Disney has gone water friendly here in Southern California. You know, water is a short supply and can be very expensive or limited at times, but they've gone with the foliage of succulents and looks like those aloe vera plants and just something that doesn't need a ton of water. And that is great for us down here in Southern California because we don't get a lot of rain down here. As you see right here, they are still doing a ton of construction by the elevator. They still have some more tiling work to do over here, but it's okay. You can still park in Mickey and Friends right there, take the escalator down or the elevator down. There's restrooms over there that are open for use. You just kind of come through these little fences here to get to your security and your tram. Well, we are headed over to cross the bridge for the very first time. But I did have to say something. I like how they have trees right here, and then they have trees with the benches. They really put a ton of trees here, so as you can see, there is a lot of shade under here. And during the summer months on hot days, oh, it is so nice to have shade, especially when waiting for friends. So before there really was not that much shade. Now if you want to walk into Downtown Disney and utilize the bridge, you do have to go to the second floor. That is the Coco level. You have to go up to the second floor or down one of the elevators to the second floor to use the bridge. I really love this, you guys. Walkway to Disney parks in Downtown Disney. Look how easy and how quiet it is over here. We are going to cross this beautifully constructed bridge. It's just very easy. No more waiting at stoplights. No more waiting for the cars to turn. Just a nice, smooth walk over the street. That was super easy. No stairs to climb. Just get on an escalator and elevator and you're all set. And I'm going to show you right here, you guys. You can see here's Disneyland Drive, and this is Magic Way going underneath us. Before you used to have to walk over there and cross, and now you don't. They are doing some landscaping over here on the other side there just to make it beautiful. But a little trick, you guys, so just so you know, if you come down Magic Way here from Disneyland Drive and you turn right there at that stoplight, that is Disney Parks parking. That is how you park in the Pixar Pals parking structure. Most of the time that is open and there is almost nobody there. There was one car in front of me at the booth today and that was it. And then you get to park really nice and close to the elevators and escalators. I've never been so excited to walk down a bridge, down a pathway. This is our walkway to Disney parks in Downtown Disney. It is really wide. It didn't look at this wide from when they were building it, but it is really wide and spacious. They have these safety things up so no one can fall off. I don't think kids can really climb it unless they really put a lot of effort into it. Make sure you're paying attention to your children down here, you guys. But this is fun. This is fun. Okay, this is what I call fun. People might call me weird, but this is what I call fun. And when you're coming back from the parks here, this is how you get onto the bridge. You just take this pathway and you can go bridge right, or you can go to Disneyland Drive and Magic Way left. I'm not really sure the purpose of going to Disneyland Drive or Magic Way. We're gonna walk over there to see, but really you'd probably want to take the bridge because that's where you're parked at in the Mickey Friends or Pixar parking. So as you can see, we're walking next to the bridge and you can see how it just elevates and goes up over the street. They did a beautiful job over here. The pathway's lit at night. You got all this parking is going to be opening up for Downtown Disney parking pretty soon here. I think they still have it as employee parking, and then Downtown Disney parking right now is in Pumbaa parking, which is down Disneyland Drive just a little ways. But it's very interesting. So I guess if you're in one of the hotels on the back side of the resort on Ball Road and you're walking in, this is where you're going to want to walk. You're going to want to take this pathway from the street, and you'll see here in a second how they have the gate open and this goes right to the stoplight. There is a split here. You can go left to Magic Way, which I'm not sure why you would ever go that way because there's really nothing over there now that you have this bridge. You used to have to cross the street over here, but you don't have to now that they have the bridge. But I can understand why some people might need to go to Disneyland Drive is because they might be staying at a hotel and decided to walk in. It's an easy walk in, but it's a hard walk back to the hotel after a long day at Disneyland. One thing I do like now, they have the Welcome to Disneyland signs there, and those signs will be a little bit better for guiding traffic. Like they'll say Downtown Disney to the left, Disneyland Parking to the right, Hotel Disney straight ahead. Right now it just says Welcome to Disneyland because, well, they don't have Downtown Disney open, but they do have the Disney Park, so I think they need to utilize those signs right now so people aren't so confused sometimes coming in. One final shot from the new parking structure, the bridge, and then finally the walkway going into Downtown Disney. One nice thing about this is even if you are walking in from one of the off-site hotels and stuff, it does tell you that if you want to go to the tram, to use the tram to go to Downtown Disney or the Disneyland parks, you can do that. You can either just take that staircase up to the bridge, or you can go back down and come back up the bridge. I think if you've gone this far though, that you might as well just walk it in, and that will give you a chance to walk through Downtown Disney and see what it has to offer on your way to the park. So when you want to take a break from the parks, you can go shopping or go eat at a different restaurant. It just gives you options. Another thing, I don't think it really took a lot of parking spaces, maybe one row of parking spaces to build this, but I think when you factor in safety and traffic management, it was definitely worth it, and it's much more of a beautiful walk than walking the other way. They have all these trees that have been here for a long time, and they put the walkway right up against it, so when you're coming in the morning, you're gonna get a nice shady walk into the park. Now the afternoon, on the other hand, I don't know if these trees will help block the sun a little bit, but it might be a little warm on this pathway. The monorail station is right ahead of us there, but there is no entryway to the monorail from this pathway. You do need to go through security before you can get into the Downtown Disney area or on the monorail, so we are going to have to hang a right here. It looks like there could be maybe in the future something, but I don't think so. Maybe this might be an employee entrance or something in the future, but right now it looks like it's just probably an emergency exit from where the monorail is. That would be pretty cool if you could cut in there and just hop on the monorail if they just added an extra security checkpoint right here. And then just like that, we are almost at security. It is right beyond that fence there. And that was a nice, pleasant walk. It seems a lot shorter than the other walk, even though the other walk is probably about the same distance. Now we're gonna head into Disney California Adventure to see what progress they've made on the Red Car Trolley tracks. Marvel Universe, Marvel Land, not Marvel, Avengers Campus, there it is. I'll never remember that name. And see if there's anything else going on. As you can see, the walls are still up around the trolley station here. So I'm not sure what they're doing, but they are here and it is not going away. I'm gonna have to assume that they're either redoing the brickwork, because that's usually when they do like a big wall surrounding like this, they're redoing the brickwork. I don't think they're taking out the track anymore, But that's my guess, is they're just doing a refurb on the station and the brickwork. I didn't see this bat the last time I came. I do have to say, I still love all the purple banners and bunting and different things they have going on here in DCA. So in front of Mission Breakout, they have pushed the walls back, and it's something interesting here. They have completely redone the tile work in front of Mission Breakout. So you can see this really weird transition. It goes from the red bricks to this different weird pattern of like a light gray, dark gray type pattern on the street. So why? It's just a weird space for them to do the transition. I would have thought maybe they would do it farther over there. And what tells me that they're not going to transition it farther is because they've added this gray stripe right here. And why would they add that if they weren't going to go farther with it? But another thing this confirms is that why would they add brickwork around the trolley tracks if the trolley was going away? So to me, this says the trolley is staying. Now I'm wondering what kind of brickwork they're going to do over in Buena Vista Street, if it's going to be different or the same. I don't think it'd be the same, because I think this is specifically for the Mission Breakout ride. Another thing they have done also is they have painted the Fast Pass kiosk, which I thought they would maybe re-theme the whole kiosk to something more Mission Breakout style, but they didn't. It has the same, what do you call it, Art Deco look on it. It's just a new fresh coat of paint that kind of goes with, I guess, the Mission Breakout ride, but I don't know, it's a little bizarre to me. Another interesting thing is it looks like they're still using the same luggage over here, but they put like Mission Breakout signage on it, which is really weird. Like they use traditional suitcases, but they put weird Tyvin, whatever his name is, collection stickers on them. So I think they went a little cheap on this one. So there it is. The building structure over there on Avengers Campus is starting. Well, it's been going vertical. Now it's really going vertical. It is getting fairly large. This will eventually be what we think will be the queue line for the second e-ticket ride in this land. But for now, I believe it's going to be a gift shop, or will always be a gift shop, and they'll add the entrance later. You can see where the entrance used to be right there. They have a building already being built. Now, it's going to be interesting because I'm going to assume that you're going to go in and go left and then right through the campus. This is going to be another, either the brewery or a gift shop, some sort of shop. I don't think this is going to be where they're going to have meet and greets in this building. I think that's going to take place more past that building over there. We are on the other side of Avengers Campus now. And one thing that's going to be interesting, for me anyway, is to see how do they divide Avengers Campus and get it separated from Cars Land, Maynard's Junkyard Jamboree, because it literally butts right up against it. And when it had Bugs Land, it just kind of flowed because it's both kind of outdoorsy stuff. But Avengers Campus is totally high-tech, new, like industrial scenario. So it's going to be very interesting to see. I don't have much to report over here except for that the buildings are going up. We can't really see what style they are or anything yet, but they are going up. And pretty soon, I'm sure in the next few months, we'll start to see what they begin, as they begin to take shape, what they look like and what the outside facades are gonna look like. So not a lot happening over here in Disney California Adventure. So we're gonna head into Disneyland and see what construction we can find. I'm looking forward to see, are the French fry rocks still in Tomorrowland? So it really looks like they got a lot more walls up here blocking Tomorrowland. It looks like they've removed the French fry rocks from this side, from that side, but I do see one popping up behind the walls over there, and I'm assuming that's over by the Buzz Lightyear queue. I'm curious, I'm sure those will be removed shortly, but you can see they also took away the curb over here in front, so they're basically taking away the curb all the way around the hub, which is a very smart thing to do for everybody who has strollers and wheelchairs and scooters. It just makes sense to get rid of the curb. Still got the rocks here, guys, but I guarantee these will be going away shortly. As soon as they finish the work on the other area, I bet you'll see walls going up and getting rid of those, because you can't have these little reminiscences here and there of these rocks when they're getting rid of them. Right out here of the Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, they have a huge scrim up against this wall. So are they just repainting it? Are they adding a new facade? I'm not sure. And then if I turn around and I look over here at the Star Tours, that's not a real wall right there, guys. That's a scrim. That's a fake, well, it's painted scrim, I guess you could say. So I'm assuming they're redoing the both sides Maybe they're going to redesign them, or maybe they're just touching them up. Let me know in the comments below what you think. So I'm going to jump on the Astro Orbiters here and see if I can get an overhead view of what it looks like behind these walls.
In your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the rocket ship. And please, watch your children. To make your rocket ship fly higher, pull back on the control lever in front of you.
Let's stop it right here and let's really take a look at what is going on there behind these new walls. They have completely demolished the rocks and the planter that went around the rocks right here. So I'm curious now. This is really, we could see the curb work on the other one from the other week. We saw that, I believe they pushed the curbs back. Now I'm curious to see if they make this a smaller planter to make Tomorrowland more of a easy access way into Tomorrowland, because we all know there were choke points getting out and into Tomorrowland. I think most of that is caused by Astro Orbiter, but here you can see there's still like a round cement thing right there. I'm not sure the importance of that because it looks like they have demolished everything else. So I'm assuming they have to keep that. And we already know that they're going to continue to get rid of the curbs, assuming around the hub the way they did on the other side. But it'll be kind of neat to see what type of planter they put here. I know it'll probably have some sort of edible plants because that's kind of a theme throughout Tomorrowland. But hopefully they make it smaller so that way it's not so much of a choke point going in and out of Tomorrowland. And now let's look at this one here. You can see they have pulled the walls back from what we showed you in the previous video. And you can see they have already lowered and removed the curb work around this side of the Tomorrowland entrance and exit, which they're going to be doing in what we just talked about on the other side there. But they still have that building there. And some people were telling me that's actually an entranceway for employees, which goes underground for some of the, I guess, the mechanics of the Astro Orbiters or something going on in Tomorrowland. So it's going to be interesting to see how they cover up that building right there. I'm calling it a building because people walk into it. I don't know what the technical name would be for this, but I'm assuming that they're going to come up with some sort of theming, which I would think would have to tie into what the future of Tomorrowland has to offer when they redo it, when they refurb it. I don't think they're going to want to refurb this twice unless they just put some sort of cheap facade over it until they get the permanent design for what Tomorrowland is going to look like. And then if you look past that machine right there, you can see they have really tore out everything all the way to the walkway right before the castle there, which takes you into the backside of Fantasyland and the Matterhorn. It's going to be interesting to see if they just widen the walkway, if that becomes another viewing area for the fireworks show, because now with these fireworks shows and the projections, we know how crazy packed this area gets. So are they just going to open it up? Are they going to put a smaller planter over there? Are they going to have two planters? I'm curious to see what happens in the upcoming month. Hopefully next month when we come, we will be able to see some major progress happening in this area. And that is it, you guys. That is all we got this week for you. And we will end it where we started, on the path. This time though, back to the structure. If you liked this content, if you like these updates, we do them every month. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button down at the bottom there. So that way you get notified. Well, you gotta hit the bell to get notified too. That way, you'll get notified the next time we do one of these awesome updates. I want to thank you for joining us here today. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and we'll catch you next time.